Hello everyone, in this video let's talk about advantages of functions and various types of functions. Okay, so first coming to advantages of functions. So this functions concept, okay, it stops to write the same logic in the program again and again. Okay, so what we are doing by using these functions, whatever may be the same lines of code which are coming repetitively, okay, we are enclosing, we are binding all those statements, all the logic within a single function, and according to our requirement we are making the function call, okay, and we are making use of those functions. Okay, so because of that, what is the main advantage? Main advantage is code reusability. Okay, we are not writing the same code again and again. We are writing once, we are writing the code once, and we are making use of that code by providing function call according to the user requirement. Okay, so the first advantage of using functions is code reusability. Code reusability. So what is meant by code reusability? We are reusing the code again and again. That means we are writing the code once within the function definition, okay, and we are providing a function call and we are making use of that function according to the user requirement. According to my requirement I am passing the values, and according to my requirement I am calling that function again and again. Okay, so that is nothing but a code reusability. Writing once and making use of the same code again and again, that is a code reusability. Okay, and second one is concise code. Concise code means less lines of code. So without the functions we have to write the logic again and again repetitively. Okay, so because of that what is the main disadvantage? It occupies more space in the memory, right, and also wastage of time. The same repetitive lines again and again, you are writing the same code again and again. Okay, so because of that the length of the code increases, right. So to overcome that we are using functions. And third one is by using functions we can divide large programs into small groups. By using functions we can divide large programs into small groups. Okay, so because of the small groups, what is the main advantage? If you are having small groups of programs, it is easy to read, it is easy to understand, and it is easy to debug. Okay, all this process will be done very fast. Okay, so because of these functions, by using functions we can divide the large programs into small groups. The main advantage of dividing the large programs into small groups is that is easy to read. Okay, easy to read, easy to debug, and easy to understand. All these three will be done fastly. Okay, all these three processes will be done faster, right. So that is the main advantage of dividing the large programs into small groups. Okay, so these three are the main advantages of functions: code reusability, writing the code once and making use of that code again and again according to the requirement, and second one is concise code, less lines of code. By using functions it is possible. And next third one is we can divide large programs into small groups by using functions. So because of dividing large programs into small groups, easy to read, okay, it is easy to understand, and also easy to debug. Okay, all these three will be done easily. Okay, so these three are the main advantages of using functions. Now let's talk about types of functions. Okay, so we have two types of functions. What are those? Predefined functions or inbuilt functions. Okay, and second one is user defined functions. So first coming to predefined functions, that means predefined functions are the functions which are already defined. Okay, so these functions are just like ready-mades. No need to provide any definition for those functions, just we can make use of them directly. Okay, so some of the examples are print, type, id, input. These functions you already know about all these functions. Okay, print function, it is used to print the values, to print the result on the output screen, right? And next to type function, it will specify the data type of the variable. And next one is id function, the address of an object. Okay, and also input function. So what is the purpose of this input function? You can read the input from the keyboard at runtime, right? So for all these examples, we are not writing the code how to do that operation. We are just directly we are making use of those functions, right? So those are all comes under predefined functions. Okay, predefined functions means the functions which are already defined, those are called as predefined functions. Okay, we can also call them as inbuilt functions. Okay, next coming to user defined functions. So user defined functions means the functions which are defined by the user. That means we have to provide the definitions for those functions. That means according to our requirement we have to write the code. Okay, according to the application and according to the requirements we have to specify the code for those functions. Those are all called as user defined functions. Okay, so these user defined functions, they are further classified into 4 types. What are those? Functions with no arguments and no return types. And second one is functions with no arguments and with return types. Third one is functions with arguments and no return types. And fourth one is functions with arguments and with return types. Okay, so the user defined functions are further classified into these 4 types. Okay, now we have to see each and every type in detail. Okay, with an example we have to learn about all these 4 types of functions. So before going to learn about those 4 types of functions, once again let us see the syntax of the function. Okay, so def function name followed by parameters followed by colon. Here we will write statements. So here the statements, before the statements, here we can write variables also, local variables. We can call those variables as local variables. Okay, and some print statements like that also you can write. Okay, and here you can write some code, and also here we can write some return statement. So here def and return, these 2 are keywords. Okay, so def means we are defining the function definition. Okay, and return means here this function, what it tells means this return statement tells that the function execution is ended here, and this function is returning some value to the calling function. Okay, that means here outside the function we will write a function call, right? So see here, this is function call and this is function definition. Right? This is function call and this is function definition. So once if a function is called, okay, what happens? The cursor goes to the function definition and it will execute all this code. Okay, whatever may be the code which you have written with inside the function, that code will be executed. And if you write here return statement, okay, so what happens? It ends the execution of that function and it returns some values to this calling function. Okay, that is the meaning of this return keyword. Okay, so return keyword is used to end the execution of the function and also it returns some values to the calling function. This is called as calling function. This is called as a called function and this is called as a calling function. Okay, so it returns some values to this calling function. So this is called as a called function and this is called as a function call is called as a calling function. Okay, so these return statements return some values to this calling function. Okay, so this is the function definition and this is called as a function call. So here once again I am repeating the syntax. DEF, it is a keyword, that means function definition followed by function name. Okay, so here we are passing some parameters. So these parameters we can also call them as arguments. So whatever may be the parameters which you are using in the function definition, those parameters are called as formal arguments or formal parameters. Formal arguments or formal parameters. Okay, and after that what we are doing, we are using a colon, that means we are defining a block. So in the next statement what you have to do, you have to follow indentation. Okay, so here if you want you can use some variables. Okay, so whatever may be the variables which you are using in the function definition, those variables are called as local variables. Local variables, that means the variables, the scope of these variables will be within that function only. Okay, if the scope of that function, if the scope of that variables is within that function only, those variables are called as local variables. That means we can use those variables only within that function. In other functions you can't use those variables. Okay, the scope of those variables will be within that function only. Those variables are called as local variables. Okay, and next one is here you can write some statements. Whatever may be the statements, if you want to write a print statement, you can write whatever may be the statement. That means related to your application, you can write the code. Okay, and here sometimes you can use this return statement and sometimes you cannot use the return statements. Okay, so using of the is a return keyword is according to your requirement, according to the user requirement, this return should be used. Okay, suppose if the user wants to return the values to the calling function, then he can use this return keyword. Otherwise no need to use of this return keyword. So this is optional. So according to the requirement we can use or sometimes we cannot use. Okay, so next one, this is called as a function call. Okay, so whatever may be the parameters which you are using in this function call, these parameters are called as actual arguments or actual parameters. Okay, so we have two types of parameters, formal parameters or formal arguments, and second one is actual parameters or actual arguments. So the parameters which are used in the function definition, those are called as formal arguments or formal parameters. Okay, and the parameters or the arguments which are used in the function call, those are called as actual arguments or actual parameters. Okay, so this is the syntax of the function. Okay, so in the user defined functions we have four types of functions. What are those? Functions with no arguments, that means we should not pass any arguments here, and no return type, that means we should not use any return statement. That is the first type. Second type is functions with no arguments, okay, and return type, it should return the value but we should not pass any arguments. That is the second type. Third type is functions with arguments, that means we can pass arguments here, okay, but with no return types, that means it should not return any value to the calling function. Okay, and fourth one is functions with arguments, okay, and with return type. That means we can pass arguments as well as this function is the called function is returning some values to the calling function. Okay, so that is the fourth type. Okay, so let us see all these four types with examples. Okay, now let us see about all these types of functions. Okay, so what are the various types? Functions with no arguments and no return type, functions with no arguments and with return type, functions with arguments and no return type, functions with arguments and with return type. Okay, so first see functions with no arguments and no return type. Okay, so let me show one example program on that. So first go to Python IDLE. Okay, so my requirement is functions with no arguments and no return types, right? So go to the file, open a new file. So here define a function. Suppose for example add is my function. I should not pass any arguments because my requirement is the function should not take any arguments and it should not return any values. Okay, so here I have not passed any arguments, right? So see here I am defining variables a equal to 10, okay, b equal to 20. Two variables I have taken, local variables, these two are, okay. So here I am just providing the sum, okay. I have taken a sum variable and I am doing a plus b, okay. I have performed a plus b operation and it was assigned to sum variable, right? So now I am printing the value of sum. The sum is sum, okay. So this is the function definition and now I am doing a function call without passing any arguments. So according to my requirement I have written the code. See, function with no arguments, I should not pass any arguments, okay. The arguments here in the function definition are called as formal arguments and the arguments in the function call, this is the function call, right? This is the function definition, this is the function call. In both cases I have not passed any arguments and this function it is not returning any value. I have not included any return statement, okay. So this is the first requirement, function with no arguments and no return type. So save the code. Now run the module, run the code. See here, the sum is 30. So here what happens? So here first, here the function, here the execution starts. Here add function is called, right? So the cursor goes to the function definition. So here a is assigned with 10, b is assigned with 20. So sum is a plus b, that is 30. I have just printed the value of sum. So the sum is 30. That value is printed on the output screen. Okay, so this is the first type, functions with no arguments and no return values. Okay, second type is functions with no arguments, okay, and return value. So return value means here instead of writing all these, okay, just I can include return here. I can write return of a plus b, okay, and this return value should be assigned with some value. Suppose for example here I have taken a sum variable, sum equal to, I have made a function call, okay. See here, now here print the sum is sum. So see here, so here what happens, here this function, okay, this function is returning some values but it has not taken any arguments, okay, function with no arguments but with return value. So see here, first sum equal to add, first here the function call is invoked. So whenever the function call is made, the cursor goes to the function definition. So here a equal to 10, b equal to 20. So return of a plus b means 30. Okay. So always this return statement returns the value to the calling function. So this is the calling function, right? So it returns the 30 value to this calling function. So that 30 value is assigned to some variable. So now some variable holds the value of 30, right? So print the sum is 30. So the output will be 30. Okay, the sum is 30 is the output. So let me run the code. So see here, the sum is 30 is the output. Okay. So this is the second type, that is the function with no arguments and with return type. Okay. Now let's see this third type, that is the function with arguments and no return type. So here I am taking two variables a comma b. Okay. So if you are taking two variables, no need to write if you are taking two variables, if you are taking the arguments, no need to write, no need to include variables here, right? Local variables are not used here. So it should not return any value. So you should not use a return statement also. So whenever you are not using return statement, no need to assign the value. So here I can pass 20 comma 30. And here I am taking a variable sum equal to a plus b. Okay. And print the sum is a plus b. So this is the third type, that is the function with arguments and no return type. So run the code. So see here the sum is 50. So here what happens, first this the function execution, the execution of the program starts here from the function call. So whenever a function call is called, okay, whenever this function is called, the cursor goes to the function definition. So a is assigned with 20 and b is assigned with 30, right? So sum equal to 20 plus 30, that is 50. So here the sum is 50 is printed on the output screen. Okay. So this is the third type. And next one is the fourth one is a function with arguments and with return type. So here instead of the print statement, and here also no need to write this, just return of a plus b. Okay. So here you can use some variable, any variable you can use there, and after that here you have to write a print statement. Print the sum is a plus b. Sorry, the answer is stored in some variable, no? So some variable you have to print. So this is the fourth type, function with the arguments and function with arguments and return type. So see here the sum is 50. So here function call, the cursor goes to the function definition. So a is assigned with 20 and b is assigned with 30. So return of a plus b means 30, the 20 plus 30, that is 50 value is returned. So that is assigned in the sum variable. So now I am printing the value of sum. The sum is, the sum variable holds 50, right? So that is printed on the output screen. Okay. So these are the various types of functions. Thank you.